Welcome to the first ever Taunton off-road and travel YouTube video. We don't know what we're doing. We'll just be up front. We're not really good video editors, and we have no aspirations to be social media stars. We're just simply sharing this journey, and this is our story. So there seems to be a lot of curiosity on how we got to this point. So I think we'll go over that. Anything else you want to touch on? We'll try to keep it short. I know people don't want to watch some 45-minute video. I've been known to ramble if you ever met me.
Yeah.
So I tell a good story. Sometimes I don't know when to shut up.
Yes. Or get in the car.
Yeah.
Or stop talking. So I don't know. I guess we should go back and say that we started about 4 years ago. So 4 years ago when we started paying off debt.
Oh yeah, no, it was longer than that. And we've been debt free for 4 years. So in 2018, we became debt free thanks to God, for one. Really blessed us and give us some wisdom and knowledge. He put a book in our path, my wife's path, called Total Money Makeover. So Dave Ramsey. Yeah, Dave Ramsey. A lot of people know of that.
A lot of people like him, and a lot of people hate him.
Yeah,
so.
Love or hate. And I can't say I agree with everything from Dave Ramsey, but the Total Money Makeover was like a foolproof plan that, like, you could be pretty well off in debt and be pretty stupid, and you'll still get out of debt if you stick with that plan. So we done that. We had some bumps along the way. We had a son that we almost lost him. He required surgery. He stayed at Brenner's Children's Hospital for a long time. We bought a house, bought a van, sold a house, all this stuff.
You switched jobs.
Yeah, I switched jobs.
For a lower paying job. So we had a lot of
ups and downs. Our 2-year plan turned into 3.5 years.
Yeah.
There was a lot of sacrifice made during that time.
We actually got out of off-roading and wheeling for a while.
Yeah, I sold my rig at the time. We just got out entirely, and I was kind of settled on to, I'm just not going to go wheeling. Maybe I'll get back into this later. But anyways, I'm starting to ramble again. We became debt-free in 2018. We stuck with the plan. And then Lindsay actually quit working because my job had took off, and I became more of the breadwinner. And I had these big plans. I was going to get this Duramax. I was going to go wheeling out in Colorado. We were going to finally buy this big 1-ton rig, this, that, and the other. And Lindsay came to me and said, I want to quit my job. I feel like God wants me to be home with the kids more so I can help with schoolwork, do the homemaker stuff. And I said, okay. And we didn't miss the money. Our lifestyle didn't really change a whole lot. And Lindsay's company wanted her to come back. They asked several times, and finally she did go back. But she went to work from home and only seasonally. And that worked out good. And that's kind of just been what has happened since. She just work as needed during busy seasons as an accountant, CPA for a big tax firm. I've been there, like 15 years now?
Something like that.
They've been really good to us.
It's been a long time.
It's a great company. I don't know if I'll name them. That's your choice. But people watching know who it is. If you're watching and you work with Lindsay, it's a great company. We appreciate it. Fast forward. So we've just been debt free, and we bought the dream rig at the time, the 1-ton rig. We started going out wheeling more, and we just loved it. And it was just hurry up and get there. Thursday was leave early, hurry up and get there as quick as you can, and hurry up and have as much fun as you can. Hurry up and get home and go back to work. And then just look forward to the next trip.
And like, we'll go over our progression in what we stayed in. So we started out tent camping. That went once. That went once. We went to Potts Mountain, and I came back and was like, never again. I'm not a tent camper. I can't do it. So then we stumbled upon, we were looking, but we stumbled upon this really good deal on a truck camper.
Camper that goes in the bed of the truck over the cab.
So really teeny, but still had like enclosed bed. It had a sink in it and a toilet, and so that was a lot better for me.
Clarify, it had a cassette toilet in a closet.
Yeah,
but, it was better than nothing.
Yes, and so then
the Mickey Mouse potty in the tent. We're talking about that.
Yeah. Well, when we tent camped, we had like
We were potty training with our youngest, our son.
Well, no, Elias was in a pack and play, and Elena was.
Oh, we still have.
It was that old, but anyway,
wow,
yeah. So it was a fun experience. But then we took the truck camper, and he had it in the truck. I never really liked it in the truck because it was really sketchy getting in and out.
Yeah, loading it, unloading it when you got back.
Yeah, it was a pain. So then we put it on a gooseneck, right?
Yeah, I had a 28-foot gooseneck trailer. I put the truck camper on the front. We put the Jeep behind it. When you got where you're going, you back the Jeep off. You walk out of the camper. You had a porch, basically. Made a nice place to hang out.
And honestly, that was really nice and worked for us for like 2 years.
Yeah,
we had it for 2 years.
I think we had the camper for 3. It was on a trailer for 2.
But as the kids grew, it became more crowded, and we were limited on space, and so I don't know. I had always, I guess it was it the end of 2020 or 2021?
I'm not sure where you're going. What you're at.
Anyway, I told Philip that I wanted to buy a camper.
Oh, right before COVID, I think.
Yeah, and so then actually a camper popped up that we really, really loved, but we didn't move on it. I can't remember.
Well,
something else happened. Like our AC
went out.
the
AC in the house went out. We just decided we didn't need to spend the money at the time.
So life happened, and it wasn't, because we were debt free, we try not to like buy things, with loans and stuff.
Yeah, let me be clear here, like right off the bat. We did not win the lottery. We're not independently rich. We don't live a lavish lifestyle, despite what some people think. We have just always lived well below our means. One of those people, like, if I say I don't have the money, it means I don't want to spend the money. And it takes a lot of discipline to be that way. And it's one of those, we don't spend it just because we have it. And that takes a lot, but I think a lot of people can't understand that. So there's been a lot of rumors and accusations of we must be loaded, this, that, and the other. No, it was a lot of struggles to get here. A lot of struggles.
So we didn't move on that. I was kind of bummed because I was looking forward to getting a bigger camper. And then I guess we went through COVID, which we didn't really camp very much. We took the truck camper out a few more times. Yeah,
I went to AOP because gas was so cheap. Gas was like $1.80 a gallon. I never thought I'd see that again. I was supposed to go to Harlan, and me and the guys were talking, and it was like, well, screw it, gas is cheap. We'll go all the way to AOP. But that was in the peak of COVID. Nothing was open.
Yeah, so fast forward through all that. And then it was, I guess, March of this year. Yeah.
Yeah, so March of this year, I was talking with a buddy of mine, and we were looking at a crawler hauler, like a brand new PJ 40-foot gooseneck that had a 20-foot, like, hideout camper.
Yeah.
That had like bunks and a Murphy bed, so small. But at that time, we were only looking at like weekend warrior type trips, because we had taken one trip that we enjoyed so much. We were just like, how do we do this more? How do we make ourselves more comfortable and do this more? So then we came across some of those options. We were looking at different crawler haulers, what we call them. Something you can haul your place to sleep and your rock crawler, your off-road toy, whatever you call it.
I was fixing to pull out,
she wanted me to go to Texas and buy this thing that my truck couldn't even pull.
I was the one that was on the kick, and so I was fixing to make a big money move and pull something that I would never tell anybody to do, but I was fixing to pull my retirement money and try to buy that, and so God put a roadblock up, and like I couldn't do that, so that was like no, we can't do that. And so then we started looking at other things and talking about other options. And then the exact camper that we had been looking at like 2 years before was like, came up in conversation.
It was still available.
Yeah.
Shout out to Justin for making that happen.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, buddy.
I loved that camper.
Yeah, that was the original camper that sparked the interest. Because the price was right. It needed a little bit of work. The guy was up front. Chris Stretch, shout out to you too.
It's y'all's fault that we did
this. See what you started, man? Now I'm homeless. I'm houseless, not homeless. But so that same camper was actually still available. He just never sold it. And Justin made a call and told me it was available. And next thing I know, we're on the way to some town in Virginia that I've never heard of. And we bought this camper. not this one, but the camper we're speaking of. It was a 2000 model Jayco, and I still miss it to this day.
Yes.
We remodeled it in 3 weeks.
We did, yeah.
Like, I think I would work all day and then come home, and Lindsay had worked on it all day.
Yeah.
I would be at work, and then we would work till 11 or 12 at night every day, just making this thing.
Our neighbors hated us.
Oh, yeah. So we made that thing awesome, and we loved it. We took it out. Everything worked in it. Every piece of appliance, whatever you want to call it, all worked. And we just thought it was so cool because we had been in this little box. It was only big enough to sleep in. Suddenly we had a full kitchen with a refrigerator. We had a bathroom, a shower. We had our own bedroom. Each kid had their own bed.
With doors and everything.
It was great. And
so we took that out to Cairo's in May or June.
Shout out to Cairo's Resort up in
one of my
Virginia, right on the
Virginia,
it's on the
West
New
Virginia.
River. Yeah.
It's one of my favorite places to camp. They also have off-roading and
yeah, they got some trails up there. Nothing crazy, but it's a good place to just get in the woods and have some fun. They rent side-by-sides up there.
Anyway, we went there and camped, and it was like, I don't know. It was just, I loved it.
Yeah.
It was like, we actually stayed an extra night because like
we didn't want to go home.
Yeah, we loved it so much, and then it was like, well, why not stay an extra night? Because like
I like semi-remote capability.
Yeah, and then I work remote. So anyway, we stayed an extra night. And
we've been homeschooling for a while before all of this anyways.
I homeschooled during the pandemic, and then we stuck with it. So the kids are homeschooled and had their school stuff with them, and so we did that. And then when we got back, it was just kind of like, I kind of had the bug, like, I wish we could live that life like every day.
So then it turned into, let's rent our house out. Let's just throw it up on Airbnb. We were close to, we were right outside of High Point, North Carolina. If you don't know where that's at, that is the furniture capital of the world. And it's a big deal twice a year for a furniture market to come there. And people pay big money to rent a house for 1 or 2 weeks. And that was kind of our plan. And in the process of decluttering and just getting rid of stuff and trying to make our house ready for rent, we started liking just having less stuff. And long story short, because this video is already longer than I wanted it to be, that morphed into me jokingly saying to my wife, let's just sell everything and buy a nicer camper, and we'll buy the dream rock crawler that'd be dead reliable.
You can't take credit.
Well, hang on. I was going to get there. We're leaving one thing out. That the camper worked for us because then we figured out, it was like, instead of putting one on a trailer and then limiting to only be able to do certain things and stay in certain places, we would just buy a flatbed truck. So we bought.
We did. After the camper, we bought
which you saw in the intro to this video. That's a GMC.
We call it. Well, he calls it the Mega Hauler.
You call it the Mega Hauler too. It's big. It's big. It's a 14-foot flatbed. It's got a Duramax in it, and it's a cool truck. Rides like a covered wagon when it's empty, but it gets the job done. And matter of fact, when we're on the road, that's our only thing to drive. Yeah. So it's not a big deal, but it blows a lot of people's minds. So we have that. Rock crawler goes on the back. We pull the camper. We wound up upgrading the camper, and here we are.
Well, so he mentioned that jokingly, and then I'm always, so our personalities are, Philip's always been kind of fly by the seat of his pants, and he's like pretty much go with the flow, and I'm the complete opposite. I'm an accountant at heart, and so I'm always like, I don't want to jump. I don't want to like put everything on the line. Well, how can we do this? And then I still have a fallback. And it just, all of a sudden, it was just kind of like with the housing market and everything, and then the renting option and having to deal with that. And I just told him, I went to him one day and was like, let's just do it. Let's just go all in. If we're going to do it, we got to go all in. So let's just do it. And he was just like, what?
Yeah, I had joked about it because my wife is such a planner. Everything's got to be nailed down. Everything's got to be planned. You got to know where you're going. You got to know what you're doing. The security, all that stuff. It was so unlike her. So she was like, yeah, let's do it. We can sell while it's high. We'll bank the money. We'll sit on it. We'll wait till the market goes back down and we settle back down. So So we
did.
done, yeah, obviously.
So we started doing it, and between, let's see, so we started the end of July, like hardcore purging. People actually thought that we were getting a divorce.
Yeah, it was rumored that we were
selling everything on our Facebook pages, and so we started at the end of July. My goal was to have the house on the market by August 19th, and we got the house on the market by like August 12th.
We did it a week early.
Basically like no sleep, no nothing for those 3 weeks. And then...
Yeah, because I had a full-time job. I don't work now, and I'll cover that in another video, but I had a full-time job in sales. I managed a lot of high-end commercial construction accounts, and
I work part-time and have the kids homeschool, and then was doing that as well. So it was like an exhausting month. But anyway, we got the house on the market. We luckily got a contract like within like 3 weeks, I guess.
Yeah, looking back, like it sold pretty quick, but it felt like, oh no, we're not going to sell it because it took like 2 or 3 weeks or something. Because we were kind of like, as the market was up here, we were as it just started to go back down.
And then we found our camper, but then we had to wait on it. And then we knew that we wanted to personalize it like we did the other one, because I told him if I have to stare at brown like all winter, I'll probably be in like dark depression. So then we renovated it, which all we did was change colors and
paint all the cabinets and put wallpaper up.
Yeah, okay, so we did a lot, but it wasn't like ripping stuff out. Well, we did rip some stuff out.
It was a lot. She's trying to make it seem like it wasn't that big of a deal, but
we did renovate it. So then we renovated it, and then we had to be out of the house within 30 days, and then here we are. So it was a lot within like 3 months, I guess.
It all happened in 3 months.
From like the end of July to the end of September. So that was fun. But yeah, and so here we are. So that's kind of like the progression of what happened.
Yeah, so Lindsay still works remote.
Yeah.
We have redundant internet. We'll cover that in another video, maybe.
Yeah.
We got a lot of internet options.
Yeah, because I have to be able to work.
We did buy the Dream Buggy. I found the right one. It was in Texas. Shout out to Brent and Daniel for getting that shipped up to me. Any of my off-road friends, if you need a buggy shipped, reach out to me. I know the guy.
And Curtis.
Yeah,
for being the guy
Curtis,
that took the
buggy. I bought this thing sight unseen. And
we weren't even in town.
I wasn't even in town, so I had it shipped to a friend's house. So thanks, Kurt. But we don't want to go too much more in anything else. You know, if you guys got questions for us, put it in the comments below. Wherever comments go on YouTube, like I said, we don't know what we're doing.
We're supposed to say subscribe, I think.
Like
subscribe.
Whatever.
Like we're like boomers, so
yeah, we're boomers. We don't know what we're doing. This video, I hope, comes out good. I hope it's interesting. If it's not, then I don't watch it. But share it with somebody. The best for what we're doing. If you want to help us out, the best thing you can do is comment on these videos and our social media. Interact with us. Ask us questions. Invite people to the page. We don't know what we're doing, but
our plan is to like kind of show you like real life what this is about, and when we go to off-road parks and places, we would like to
I'm going to try to
like review those things for you and
to the off-road crowd. I'll answer the questions. Is there parks nearby? Is there things to eat? Can you get groceries? What amenities do they have? How are the trails? You know, we're heading out west. I'm heading to Utah, Oklahoma, Colorado, Arizona. We're going to wheel all those places with my buggy, and we're just going to share this journey. And if it blows up and everybody loves this and it gets really popular, cool. And if it don't, like I really don't care. We're doing it. There seems to be a lot of interest. We're sharing, and I'll just have it to look back on. So,
and we're goofballs. So.
Yeah, we're idiots. So there's no telling what you'll see if you stick around. And we don't know what we're doing here. So stick with us, and hope you enjoyed it. If you got any questions, let us know. We'll be glad to answer them.